This is pretty cool because things actually sort of come full circle in a way. Because one of the first review I ever did was on the 2016 Aprilia Tuono, and here we are now with the 2018, so that's pretty cool. Now, everyone knows about the Tuono and the RSV4 as basically the two bikes to beat in their classes. The RSV4 is the monster of the track, and this is the behemoth of the road, and a behemoth it really is. I mean, it's still got the same 1100cc 65 degree V4, producing 175 horsepower at the crank and 120 Newton meters of torque. And we're about to see exactly what that looks like. Well, here we go. Oh man, that is amazing. That is just awesome. It never gets old, that sort of power. And I mean, that's just revving into the mid-range. That was well into illegal territory. I mean, 100 kilometers an hour. It's just, this machine is exactly that. It's a machine. It's built to scare children, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so new for 2018, over the 2017, nothing. It's the same machine with slightly different colors. But the 2017 over the 16, which I rode previously, has the additions of up and down quick shifter, more tweaking on that to make it smoother and easy to use and all that sort of stuff. More refined power, more refined electronics. Euro 4. Damn. Let's just get a little... That is a beautiful car. Don't see many of those. Oh yeah. Euro 4 emissions certification, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's basically the same bike as it's always been, but more and more refined as the years go on, which is a good thing, of course. And I mean, first and foremost, for me, it's got to be that quick shift. The up and down is so good. It was really nice on a 16, a little clunky, but I mean, I was so blown away by just having a quick shifter that it didn't really matter. But then now that I've gotten my hands on a few different bikes and experienced different quick shifters and not having a quick shift for a longer time, all that sort of stuff, it really does make a lot of difference. I would suggest sticking one on if you can. Another new thing for the 17-18 is this TFT dash. I'll lean into it. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, so it's it used to have the dial, the analog dial there for the revs, and then a digital display for everything else. Now it's all full color TFT, as is on the RSV4. It's a bit smaller than the one on the Street Triple, but I think it's a little bit older. Damn, that's nice. This one has, and I don't know if this was on the 17, but it's got, if you can see that there, that's a lean angle counter, and just below it are brake and throttle indicators. So you can see how much, if you want to, you can see how much throttle you're putting into the system if for some reason you're not aware of it through your right hand. Still got the Aprilia APRC electronics suite, which is great. It's a really good system. So it's got 8-stage traction control, which is toggleable with these little fore and aft switches here. 8 being the most intrusive, 1 being the least, or off being the least, I suppose. It's got switchable ABS, 3-stage wheeler control, and 3-stage anti-lift control, as well as 3 ride modes: sport, track, and race. I'm not entirely sure what the differences are, but as I understand it, sport is the kind of more docile of the 3, and then it goes race, which is like a step up, I suppose, and then track, which is really hardcore. They all give you the same power. They all give you the full Monty 175 horsepower, but it's just in different ways, I suppose. Another addition for 17 is the pit limiter, which is cool, and cruise control, which is also cool. It is quite good because, so I've engaged it now, you engage it with that toggle there, which you can change to also switch the wheelie control interference, but if you roll the throttle further that way, so like off more, it will disengage the cruise control, which is a nice way to do it without pushing a button or using the brakes. It's very windy, I don't like it, and my hair's too long, it's getting in my eyes. This is more than the street triple. In my opinion, this is a hooligan bike. This is a hooligan machine. It's unbelievably powerful. It's so much more power than anyone needs on the road. It's scary. If you haven't had experiences with like modern superbikes, any of them really, like CB1000, R1, S1000RR, this will scare the shit out of you. And I really, really mean that. First time I rode one, it was exciting, don't get me wrong, but oh man, when you get out of the torque and into the mid-range and then into the power beyond there, you suddenly realize that you could very easily die. I mean, yeah, that's why you ride motorbikes, right? That's one of the big reasons, is to flirt with death. But I think a lot of people would rather kind of keep that flirting at a safe distance. But at the same time, that's why there's traction control and all these electronics, is so you can experience the full wallop of power and not die. So because I'm an idiot, I've got nothing turned on pretty much, except for ABS and anti-lift control, which I haven't bothered turning off, because basically all that means is when you're braking really hard, the rear wheel won't be lifting up like it can on bikes without it. And I guess that's paired with some high-tech slipper clutch and all that sort of stuff, so you're not going to get rear wheel chatter and all that sort of stuff. But that's the thing, you're worried about that when you're going for the last 10th on a racetrack, you know. Commuting or even Sunday riding, you're not going to be getting anywhere near that, I hope. If you are, then maybe head on some of the superbike teams. They might be interested in hearing from you. But the real area where this bike shines is the mid-range, because it's got that extra 100 cc's, the same philosophy that Ducati have done with their V4, even though that's a sports bike, so it's slightly different. The 1100 in this just has so much grunt everywhere. It's kind of trying to think of a way to describe it. Come on, bro. Oh my lord. Merge like a zip. I mean, I suppose it's like the Street Triple, just like extrapolated even further. The Street Triple, you could open the taps anywhere in that rev range and something would happen. Although the R that I rode, I would argue that it didn't quite have the top end that the RS might. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but that's just kind of how I feel. Whereas this, being a race-derived V4 retuned, it really does have the top end. Quickshift has also been edited and tweaked, and it feels, I don't know what they've done exactly, but it feels much nicer to use on the road at lower RPM. It's at its happiest when you're really, really hammering it and you can bang through the gears with the full throttle open. That's when it really loves to be used. And that's what the bike is for, really. It's not really a commuter in the same way a smaller bike might be, like the Street Triple or even Aprilia's Shiver or Dulce Giro. Oh, for God's sake. But that said, it's a naked bike at its heart. It is a super naked, but it's a naked bike, so it's got these high-rise bars. Pegs have been dropped a tad compared to the V4, RS V4. And it's a pretty comfortable bike actually. It's really not that bad. You know, the seat is still pretty racy, so your bum will get sore after quite long use. But other than that, it's actually quite comfortable. I really like how this looks to the rider. I'll sit back a little bit so you can see. There's really, when you're riding like this, when you're in the position, there's nothing in your vision. Whereas the street triple, the wing mirrors poked up a little bit, and they were kind of about here or something. I can't quite remember, sorry. But there was something about that was like always going to be in your vision. Whereas this, everything is so tucked away and low that it's really, really nice to. There's a whole lot of visibility in front of you. And on that note, the mirrors are fantastic. They're positioned perfectly outside your elbows that you can see things. And the vibrations are very minimal. Excuse me, but this thing just sounds so good. I think they put a couple of extra valves in there. Oh. And I'll show you, it's pretty funny. Somewhere down here, right there actually, there's a sticker that says like, at X amount of revs, doing this speed, the exhaust makes this noise, or something like that. But it's like, it says something like, and in second gear at 3,000 RPM, it's making like 93 decibels or something. That's going nowhere at the lowest part of the rev range, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's 0.4, it totally is. So we're going to go out to Old North Road, which is a bit of a tried and tested proving ground. I wish I could turn traction control off, thank you, but keep wheelie control on, because this system seems a bit more intrusive than the 16. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm completely talking out of my ass. Wouldn't be the first time, and I'm gonna chuck it into track mode, which should sharpen up the throttle response and all that good stuff, because now we're out in the back roads. Well, we will be as soon as I get past the speed camera that's put up here. 27 degrees lean angle on basically Marquez. I will confess, this isn't the first time I've ridden this machine. I have actually ridden both this and the 18 RSV4 at Hampton Downs racetrack a while ago, a few weeks ago, and that is where these bikes need to be. That is exactly their sort of home. You have to be actually really careful around here, because this thing builds up steam so quickly that you can, if you're not ready for it, you can come into a corner really hot, which is, I mean, it does have the brakes and the electronics to really back it up, but it doesn't help your pants. But I hope you can hear that quick shifter going, because it just sounds so damn, oh that road sucks, good. The factory also comes with Pirelli Super Corsa tyres, whereas the RR comes with also Diablo, I think. Diablo. They're both Pirellis, but the Super Corsas on the factory are the better ones. Oh good, I'm running out of gas. This thing, I mean, you're kidding yourself if you think you're getting mileage out of a 1100cc V4 Yeah, it's a big tank and it fucking sucks fuel. Tuono V4 1100 factory, and I mean, it's a looker, isn't it? It really is. That's the new Euro 4 exhaust. The old one had kind of black around here, and it looked a bit better. It was a bit smaller, not much, but a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Another thing this has in the electronics package is cornering ABS by Bosch. And that basically means in the middle of a corner, the IMU, or inertial measurement unit, is sitting there measuring every little input that's going into the bike: the throttle control, the brake input, the rear wheel speed, the actual velocity of the bike, the angle, all this sort of stuff. And it's calculating how much braking power it can actually feed into the ABS system to keep you, I suppose if you're in an emergency stop and you're braking pretty hard in mid-corner to trigger the ABS, it's calculating all that so you will actually be able to keep doing the corner and stop at the same time. Regular ABS, you probably won't fall off, but you might, at the very least, you'll kind of shoot off on a tangent. It looks a bit cleaner than the 16. It's got less, I think the 16 had green or something in it, I want to say. This obviously doesn't. That does look very similar to the RSV4. And part of me likes that, part of me doesn't. Part of me thinks it should be its own sort of bike. But I mean, the RSV4 looks so good, it's not really a crime, is it? What else can I say? I mean, it's a Tuono. It's gorgeous, it's amazing. And I love it, and I will have one at some stage. The seat looks big, but it's not. Well, I mean, it is, but it's certainly not comfortable. Smiley face there, I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's go get some gas. Look at that screen, man, it's so nice. Okay. I know this isn't a very objective review because all I'm doing is singing its praises, but it really is that good. It's incredible. Yeah, that fuel light is a dumb move, and it really shouldn't get away with that. But if that's the only real negative, I mean, that's it's not that going. You got to be honest. I'm also not riding it too hard. Okay. That's kind of what I was saying earlier, but you've got to be quite firm with the quick shifter, because I didn't give it enough input, and it decided to go from third into the nothingness between third and fourth. So that's really interesting. Wow, the front got really light there, and that is just so much power, so much mid-range. I'm barely getting out of the middle of the rev range. Just notice that. It feels like when you get to the 7, 8, 9,000, you feel like, oh, I need to slow down, I really need to stop and change. But that's when the thing is just getting into a stride, which is scary to think about. Wow! Okay, I need to calm down. There's a gas station. I'm saved. Hey bro. Thank you. Okay, we have gas. Neutral. Behind me, nothing's there. Launch control enabled. Here we go. Oh, killing myself. Ooh. Well, that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So, now that I know that, let's turn around and do it again. Launch control enabled. Okay. Whoa, okay, yep, that really does start to get moving. It takes about no seconds at all, but let's do it again. Oh, that is fucking scary. This is just such a god damn. Well, that's enough adrenaline for today, I think. I think all my equipment's about to die. Well, apart from the bike's running well, my phone and the GoPro probably running out of juice. So I think I'll leave it there. So that was the 2018 Tuono. I'm very glad I've been given the opportunity to show you guys kind of what it can do, as scary as it is. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. There'll be more to come, not on this, but I'm going to hope to try and get an RSV4 in the near future so I can scare myself even more completely. But until then, I'll catch you later. Don't forget to do the old like, share, subscribe jam, and I'll see you around. Bye.